Here, and we're going to get started very shortly.
Welcome to the Fall Election Senator Debate for the Class of 2025. Thank you for coming. My name is Gavin Wooden.
And I'm Elizabeth Valdez.
And we are members of the Election Commission.
We are now going to meet the candidates, give a brief introduction, and quickly go over the rules of the debate.
Your Class of 2025 candidates are Dean Millard, Harrison Bromfield, Dorian Skortos, Hope France, Tyler Moore, Jake Caselli, Brian Masalti, and Jordan Borisic. We will now introduce the rules and format. The Student Government Elections Commission will be the moderators for the debate. The EC will introduce each candidate.
The debate will approximately be 1 hour long.
Candidates will first give a brief 1-minute introduction. The Elections Commission will hold up a 30-second card, a 10-second card, and a time's up card to keep the candidates aware of their time.
We will then move on to the question and answer portion. To keep things fair, we have randomly selected which candidate will start for each section and move down the line to the left. We will ask 4 questions. Candidates will have 1 minute to respond to each question. Candidates will be given a 30-second rebuttal if their name is evoked or if a statement they made is directly evoked. We ask that if a candidate would like a rebuttal, they should inform the moderators first. We will leave off with a 1-minute closing remark.
Keep in mind that each of the candidates has worked really hard to get here, so we ask that the audience and candidates please be respectful throughout the debate. Also, please hold your applause until the end of each question.
Before we begin opening statements, can everyone please say their name and what animal you beat and why?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dean Millard, and if I were to be an animal, I'd probably choose the lion, king of the jungle, but a leader of the pack. So definitely choose the lion.
I am Harrison Bromfield, and I will choose a bear because why not? Bears are sick.
Hi everybody, I'm Dorian Skortos. If I were to choose an animal, I would be a dolphin because they're fun-loving and they love to stick with their community. So that's me.
Just a reminder, hold your applause to the end of the entire question.
Hello, my name is Hope France. If I were to be an animal, I would pick a wildcat because obviously I have to have some school pride and I love to stay in class.
Hey everyone, my name is Tyler Moore. If I were to be an animal, I'd probably be a turtle because at the end of the day, they win the race.
My name is Jake Caselli, and if you see my face on a poster recently, yes, that's me on the wildcat. There's no better answer. It has to be the wildcat. I'm sorry. Go Cats. Peace up.
My name is Brian Masalti, and if I were to be an animal, I would be a bison because they are headstrong, but still elegant.
My name is Jordan Borisic. I would be a snake because I constantly shake their skin and evolve.
Now we are going to begin with opening statements. The first candidate is going to be Brian Masalti.
Good evening, class of 2025. My name is Brian Masalti, and I'm running to be one of your 6 freshman class senators. I'm running because I believe that SGA is the perfect place to take your wants and needs and advocate them to administration. We've only been here for about a month, and I'm sure that a lot of you have some grievances that you would like fixed about the school, and a lot of things on campus that you'd like to see improved. I believe that I am the perfect candidate for you because I will listen to what you want, what you need, and how you want it done, and get it done for you in extreme efficiency by advocating to administration. That's why you should buy into Brian and vote Masalti.
Just a reminder, if everyone could just please hold their applause until after the candidate is gone. Thank you.
Joseph. I'm running to be your freshman senator because here's the thing. We've only been here for a month, but we all have to realize what the problems are on the campus, and we're continuing to put our own impact. But here's the thing. Identifying problems is the easy part. The hard part is solving these problems, and I want to be part of the hard part. I realized that one of the things we could do when we're choosing classes is to make the CAP surveys available. And then I also realized that we need, with the mold, I know all you guys know what I'm talking about. We need to have bi-weekly maintenance cleanings to help ensure that we are keeping ourselves safe, especially during this time, and that we don't have centipedes. Also, we need to have a variety of food options and greater breaks between classes, especially when people are going from West to Bartley or from Bartley to Torrentine. It just makes it easier. And then also to fix the basketball hoops in South Campus. And that's my part.
Hi again, everyone. My name is Dean Millard. I had something prepared for you guys today, but things are out the window. We're definitely living in unprecedented times with the COVID pandemic and many things that we've been experiencing in this last year and a half. And I'm here to take it a day at a time, a week at a time, and a month at a time. I'm not going to overpromise and underperform. I'm going to work with you all to achieve our goals and take it step by step. We're running a marathon, not a sprint, and I'm going to take it brick by brick until we get where we need to get to. Now, I am a leader. I lead by example. As you all know, and I'm sure I've met many of you, I'm a big social butterfly. I love to talk. I love to hear about your days and hear about your classes and remember your names. But what's most important to me is you. If you elect me as your class senator for the freshman class, you will be electing yourself and your voice. Your voice will be heard. I will put your voice before mine and advocate for you at all times. I will work tirelessly, and my commitment and dedication to you all is unwavering and unmatched. Thank you.
I am Harrison Bromfield, and it is my belief that senators should run with senators should run with the people's agenda, not some fake, biased, personal agenda. No, it is by the people that we shall make this school a better place. It is by us all. For the people, this is how we shall make this school a better school, a greater school.
Hi guys, so I'm Dorian. I'm sure I've met a bunch of you before. I live in Stanford, so walking down the hallway, I've met a ton of you. It's been a pleasure experiencing my first month at Villanova with all of you guys. And like everybody else saying, we see problems, and as a community, with Veritas, Unitas, and Caritas, we are the type of people that identify those problems and want to fix them. So if you were to elect me, and I representing you, Harrison discussed, for the people, if I would represent all of your issues, all of your problems, all of your concerns, and the primary one right now that I'm seeing is with health and safety on campus. We need to expand our blue light system. We need to ensure that we have good quality, healthy food for everybody. We need to make sure that living on campus is safe and secure for everybody living here. And basically, I just want to make sure that we all have the best and most healthy time possible here. That's all.
Hi guys, I'm Hope France. I can recognize a bunch of friendly faces in the audience, and it's really nice. The two #1 goals that I will have as your freshman senator is to be ambitious and to be your gateway of communication. As a political science and communications major, I can make it my #1 priority to be your gateway to getting a safer and healthier environment here at Villanova. I believe that we should implement public health changes within our food administry and our campus administry, and I also believe that we should have a change in a lot of our environmental issues. One of the things I want to change is branch out our day of service and have a South Campus cleanup, because I believe that in honor of patron saint of love, St. Thomas, that is a real, it's a real gift to have such a nice community and environment, and I believe that we should give back to that. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Tyler Moore. I'm from Northeast Pennsylvania. I'm a political science and economics major. really put the people first, like Harrison said. You know, addressing what you see as your concerns with the university. That's why my platform is built on addressing the mold and the cleaning issues in our buildings, addressing the food and, you know, the different problems with hours and staffing, addressing the healthcare at our university and how, you know, you feel symptoms of another illness that has the same symptoms as COVID, and you don't feel comfortable going to our healthcare system. These are all problems that need to be addressed. And hopefully today you see why you should get more.
My name is Jake Caselli. I'm a cognitive behavioral neuroscience major from South Jersey. And I'm in Cobden Hall, so feel free to stop by. If I were to sum up my campaign in one word, it'd be us. Do you guys remember Catchella, our first night here? I know. Middle school dance awkwardness, we don't want to remember it. But I like to think that how far we've come since then is a testament to the special community that we have here. The community that depends on each of us. And we've all had ups and downs, highs and lows since then, let's be real. But that's what my campaign is about. The fact that there's always room for improvement. See, I'm a bit of a perfectionist myself, so I'm not just content with fixing the problems here. I'd love to do so, we're all aware of them, and I hope to work with some of the people at this table to do so. But I want to do more, I want to add to our experience. So, make no mistake, vote for Jake. Thank you.
Hope is going to answer our first question first, which is, if you are elected, what will be your first priority as a representative of the class of 2025?
Yes, the first thing that I would want to strive towards, I mean, obviously I live in good counsel, all the freshmen, most of you are on South Campus and Main Campus, and we do have some health issues within our dorms. I've contacted the staff, and I believe that with using their NRN products, that we can help make a cleaner and safer environment. I feel like working towards cleaning the dorms, whether it's the laundry rooms, bathrooms, actual dorm rooms, can have us feeling a lot better and be taking a lot less trips to the health center.
So, I mean, whenever you get things done, such as homework or whatever, you guys usually do the easiest thing first, right? That's the logical way to go about things. So primarily I would focus on our health center and how we can first achieve making people feel comfortable with going to our health center. Yes, there are many issues in the dorms, in our buildings that cause these issues, such as the mold, which need to be addressed. But making sure that we can reach out to the health center, make them aware that students are going to other places to get treated for illnesses. They should see the health center for here at campus. We have a great health center with amazing staff, and our students don't feel comfortable because they have to do the walk of shame over down to the health center, carrying their bags with a mask, worrying about their COVID test. So hopefully, we can get more, comfortable with more. Thank you.
So my first priority if elected is to get better input from you guys. I'm sure you've probably seen the SGA suggestion boxes around campus, and they're a nice display, but they're an inefficient way to communicate with all of you, the people here. So I'd like to see attached to those Villanova Newswire emails that seem to spam our inbox like every day, an SGA student government suggestion form directly on there, so that it's much easier, much more efficient to communicate with the student government. I'd also like to push for more freshman-friendly things on main campus, including a freshman-exclusive study workspace somewhere on main campus, closer to our academic buildings, so that we can foster better collaboration with each other, nearer to our professors, office hours, everything like that, so that when we have that long break between classes, we don't have to consider walking back to South Campus. That we have our own space dedicated to us. That would be great to have. Thank you.
My first priority, if elected, would not only to just address the mold in the food and various other problems that we're experiencing, but I truly do want to focus similar to my colleague here, Jake, on advocacy. As we just mentioned, the SGA suggestion boxes are frankly tucked away in some inconvenient spots. You know, there is one in Spit, and there's one in the dining halls, but truly, I've yet to see someone submit something into there, and we all have the same grievances. So I think that implementing an online version of that, in which you can, submit, even if you would like to do it anonymously, if you would like to attach your email that way you can follow up, either way, just a form where you can submit what you want to have changed. Because truly, SGA is meant for the students to advocate for their wants and needs, and for us to truly make a change and advocate their wants and needs to the administration so that we can see real change on campus. So voting for Brian would be voting for your wants and needs and getting those changes on campus that we want to see.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jordan. So, similar to my colleagues, they've all mentioned the various issues. You already know, though, the administration is aware of that. So, my first initiative would be making the CAT survey results public, because in a month, I know it's crazy to think about, we will be selecting our second semester courses. And it's great to be able to get feedback from previous students that have taken these courses with these professors and are able to give you a first-hand insight into what these classes are actually about. The administration knows about these issues, and I'm very happy and very glad to work with them, but I also want to prioritize this initiative as it's coming very soon with the selection of classes.
Good evening, everyone. Again, this is Dean Millard again, and I want to take a different approach. These things are all very important, but I want to focus on why we're here, which is academics. And I think something that would really be a standout initiative for me is mental health. We all know and we all can agree that our workload is definitely overwhelming. This is a transition period for us. We're away from our families, we're in a new living situation. And I think that the best idea to handle this is to establish a buddy or like mentor system where you're paired with an upperclassman that you can refer to, you can ask for help, tutoring opportunity, because a lot of times, we're the ones that are held responsible to go and seek out this help. But I think, having that mentor and somebody that you can ask questions, you can gain help from is definitely going to be beneficial, and it'll benefit us all. So I really think that mental health and stress alleviation is definitely something that's most important for all of us to enjoy our overall experience. Thank you.
There was an ever-present fact, not just in this school, but all throughout the world. We are at war. Even if we do not realize it now, we are at war against hate, against division, against falsity, and all manners of evil and awfulness. My friends, we are at war. So many times do we find ourselves in the pain of loathing, the pain of disunity, the pain of acrimony. My friends, the path out of it all, the solution is love.
My first thought was, okay, let's increase advocacy. And then Jake stole my answer. So then my next answer was, let's work on mental health. He stole my answer. So it's very evident that all of us, we recognize similar problems, and we all have very similar ideas as to fixing all these problems. For example, when was the last time you guys actually saw the SGA box in Spit? Because I found out there was one in Spit about 3 minutes ago. We need to do more to increase availability to communicate with whoever gets elected. I want you guys comfortable talking to us and letting us know your problems. That's why, if you guys know my schedule for my campaign, I'm going to be having a live Q&A session on Instagram on Saturday. I encourage all of you guys to attend so you can talk to me, let me know your problems so I work to address them. Additionally, we do need to work on our mental health, and the counseling center is an amazing opportunity to do that. They're excellent, and I know you guys all miss home, but we're going to get things done for you.
Okay, the second question, we will begin with Jordan Borisic, and it will be, what do you think the biggest problem or obstacle facing the university, and what will you do to help solve this problem?
I would say one of the biggest obstacles is the lack of transparency between the administration and the student body. We see it throughout the administration making decisions without getting our input, the students who are paying the tuition that funds the school. So I think enforcing transparency and making that they communicate with us more by doing more polls, for instance, on the mask mandates and stuff like that, to get the feedback directly from the students, rather than having all of us having to go the extra mile and send out our complaints and send out requests to make it built into the system that we can make it easy, more seamless to communicate with the administration and for them to communicate vice versa with us, rather than just letting us know the decisions that they've made without getting input from the students themselves.
So as I said before, I don't want to over-promise and underperform. At the end of the day, I'm a student. We are all students, and I'm always willing to collaborate with you all, collaborate with my counterparts to make change. But I do have to understand we have to understand our place. We have to understand that we can't change the world. We can't promise to change Villanova completely. But I can promise accountability. I can promise that if for some reason if we do something that we could have done better, that I and we can work to improve things. And I think that just working and collaborating with also the faculty and maintaining an approachability with you all is definitely an important component to our success collectively. One of my draws to Villanova and the reason that I came here was because of the community aspects, and I think we need to continue to put an emphasis on that, inviting you all to even partake in meetings. I think hearing, not only from us, but hearing from your own point of view, what goes on and what we discuss is definitely going to give you that point of view that you're looking for to have your voice heard.
All right, I've been directed not to hit the table anymore. So, yes, it would be my freedom. Exactly, my friend. All right, the issue that we face today is of truth, unity, and love. We have issues with following those three core principles of this school, and it is my job, my goal, to be of all of you, to be of love, that which shall make all these principles ever more stronger and hold up our house so that it will not topple and break and just be of ruin. My friends, antipathy, hatred, anguish, it all is out there. And it's all spreading in this house. And it is us that stands against it and all of the evil. We are for love, and I am for all of you, the people.
So, Harrison was touching on something before when he was saying, where is the love? And that's, in case you guys didn't know, that's one of the institutions that we have here. It's an organization called Where is the Love? And one of the biggest obstacles we have is that we do have a lot of organizations here and a lot of resources, like how I was just talking about mental health, that is available to all of us. But there's a lack of connection and a lack of awareness of all of these resources that are available to us. We have the amazing tutoring center and the writing center and all of that stuff to help us academically, but it shouldn't be a problem. I had to search for the writing center for a while. That shouldn't be a problem. We should be able to have easy access to all these materials, and it should be being in school and finding resources to help us shouldn't be a problem. And that's the most difficult part about being here and making change is that there's a disconnect. So with Dorian, we're going to get things done, and we're going to fix that disconnect, and we're going to have some unity and truth in order to support love.
Hi, Hope Brands again. I just have one word that came into mind when the question was asked, and it was unity. We are a body of 8,000 students and almost 1,000 faculty members. I'm on the board with 8 brilliant freshmen who want to represent you. I believe that all of us, all of our brilliant ideas, because we're all basically reciprocating the same things, and you're all voicing your concerns to us. I believe that by Uniting all of us, we can get more done at this university. One of the issues I had when I first came here to Villanova was using MyNova. I literally could not understand Blackboard, and I'm still confused, and I have to ask people about it all the time. But I believe that we should be on a first-name basis with all of our classmates. I believe that we should welcome people and keep up the hold the door open policy. Because I want to connect to all of you. I want to unite all of you. And change starts with hope. Vote, vote.
So you're seeing a common theme with all 8 of us: truth, unity, and love. And, caritas, caritas. That's part of our tradition here at Villanova. And unfortunately, in recent years, is really not showing. And I think we need to address that. Transparency, community, love. These are things that we need to focus on as individuals and to really strive for as a community. Emphasizing being a community. COVID really hit us with being a community. I think there have been some positives. We have Food Truck Fridays. Unfortunately, those are no longer existing. But there are aspects of COVID that really brought us together. But while we're wearing masks right now, you really don't know the true identity of the person who's sitting across from you, a few rows down from you. So I think COVID is the thing that's really the greatest obstacle for us. But, get more transparency, get more connection, get more advocacy with more. Thank you.
Well, I don't necessarily disagree with anything anyone else here has said. I want to take a slightly different answer here. The biggest problem on campus, let's be honest, it's the food, okay? There's a few things I want to do to fix that. I want to introduce more variety to the dining hall so that we can get a rotating menu of sorts instead of the same thing served every day in the same location. I'd like to open more locations. You see in Pitt and Spit, some of the stations closed. Now understaffing is an issue that I want to hope to work with the university to solve. I'd also like to see some hours changed. Cafe Nova, Bel Air. I'd like to see some hours extended there where they're open into dinner, potentially late night at some of our campus favorite places to eat. So my biggest problem would be the food, unfortunately, and it's okay, but let's be honest here. And so that's what I want to fix. Make no mistake, vote for Jake. Thank you.
I think that looking at our school motto of truth, unity, and love is really important, but I think that there's something missing from there, and that would be health. I think that, as again my colleague here, Jake, just mentioned, the food is subpar considering the price we pay to be at this wonderful institution. And I think that not just physical health and nutritional health, but mental health, as some other of my colleagues have mentioned, which I know again we're all kind of bouncing off the same ideas, but I think that honestly, there are a lot of things that can be improved at the school to make us more well-rounded people, because we've only been here a month. And I think for sure everyone has some sort of complaint about how their life, they're feeling more tired, they're not feeling as energized, they're not feeling as complete as a person. So I think that focusing on nutritional health, mental health, and also academic health, because there have been some of my colleagues up here that have talked about tutoring and other things like MyNova. So I think that we need to focus on health.
Dorian is going to begin our third question. Explain one thing you have learned from the pandemic that will help you if you are elected.
The pandemic taught me how to value every moment of my life. Before everything, and I'm sure all of you have experienced the same thing, before the whole world shut down, I took life for granted. And then I had to go through the process of writing a college essay, and visiting colleges, and all these little experiences that I expected that I would have through the lens of a mask and through the lens of Zoom and all these terrible things. And it really taught me how to be a more humble person, how to enjoy life, enjoy every moment of my life. And it's really helped me to enjoy every moment here as well. There are so many things that I'm getting involved in here, and I'm sure you guys all have found your niches or are finding them. I'm in acapella, I'm in LPH for SPO. These are things that I'm so passionate about and wasn't before COVID, because I found that I need to enjoy my passions. So I hope you guys will find yours too here.
One of the things that the pandemic really emphasized that's so important in my everyday life is inspiration. I would spend countless hours just sitting in my house, on my computer, on TikTok, doing absolutely nothing. I was completely bored out of my mind. And now I'm here in a city that's 109 miles away from my home, and I'm trying to find what sparks my interests, things I don't like, things I love. And honestly, it's such an enjoyable time doing it. I mean, I've joined mock trial, Nova Dance, mental health awareness advocacy, and I'm finally feel like I'm fitting back into a community that I knew I belonged in. And I'm sure you're all feeling the same. With countless opportunities and clubs here, which we hope to expand and add more, you're getting inspired. You have more opportunities for change, and there's so much good happening here on campus that it's so nice to just sit back and just relax, because we've had masks on, we've been inside, and now it's just such a nice change to have inspiration back again. Thank you.
What I think the pandemic really taught me, which is kind of ironic, is community. I've never seen how strong a community could really be, especially during a global pandemic when you thought you were just, the world was coming to an end, you were about to die, everyone was about to die. But community was very prominent during the pandemic. We saw it everywhere. We saw it with others helping people going out and working at grocery stores, getting things done, making sure they're out looking for one another, helping one another. Community was destroyed by the pandemic. We couldn't come together in person, but you really saw people build together, people build strength within the community. I really saw that within my community as people came together, whether it was to enforce certain regulations in the school district. Many people came as a community to rile up and fight against certain things they disagreed with. Whether you agree or disagree, community is a great thing, and I'd love to see that here at Villanova continue.
If there's one thing I took away from the COVID pandemic, it's the need to bring people together. When I say that I was part of my executive committee of student government in high school, I mean that we struggled to get everyone to follow protocols, to do the right thing, to come together as a community. And I think that's what we need to do here. Like Dorian, I'm also an LPH for Special Olympics, local program host. And I think that mission really spoke to me because of its goal of inclusivity and creating a welcoming environment for everyone. For the athletes there, it's disability. For people here, it could be anything. And I think we really need to come together, unite as one group of people, as one freshman class, as one Villanova family, and do that as a result of the pandemic, through the pandemic, and after the pandemic. Thank you.
I think I've learned a lot of things during the pandemic, but I know for a fact the biggest thing that I learned was to value more things, and to value everything, honestly. I think a big thing that I struggled with before the pandemic was wanting to be almost like a goody two-shoes almost, and follow things by the book. And I'm not saying that I'm a rule breaker or bad boy or something insane like that. But I think that now, looking towards the future of running for Senate, potentially, hopefully, with your guys both getting elected to Senate, not just, I guess, sitting around and hoping that things go by the process, but really taking the reins and taking initiative so that things do go your way. And even if they don't, trying again, because I think that the pandemic has taught me how to be more decisive and how to really go out and get what I want. And I want to do that for you guys.
Hi, Jordan Messick again. I think what COVID really showed me is that everyone is truly trying just to do their best. And I was last year, I was my high school's president, and we were all virtual. So we had to adapt. And I didn't want to sit home and relax. I wanted to go out there and push the student body and adapt. And when I'm telling you something that I want to do and that I'm very passionate, like the 5 goals that I've made, I'm not giving you false promises because I have the dedication to go the extra mile. And when I'm running for student government for Senate, I'm trying to use this as a platform to help where these goes. And even if not elected though, you will see these changes and I will make them. But I would hope that you guys vote for me for senator so it would make the transition easier. Thank you.
So what the COVID-19 pandemic taught me the most was to make the most out of every interaction, every day, every experience that you endeavor into. If you've met me already, you know how much energy I come with every interaction, whether I know you or not. I'm gonna give you a hug, I'm gonna shake your hand, I'm gonna ask you about your classes, and I value these things on a day-to-day basis because you never know what can change somebody's day around and turn it to a better side of the day. And through the pandemic, I learned that making the most out of every moment is vital, but also your friends help afford you the opportunity to achieve these things and enhance opportunities and experiences. I value my friends greatly, and even those that I'm not as close with, I value you because you're a part of this community. And like I said before, Villanova is a strong community with an unbreakable bond. So I just think that coming together at all times is important, but also we've learned a lot with many different, embracing different points of views during the pandemic. So I think accepting different angles is definitely very important throughout the pandemic.
We all are humans. We all are humans. That is a fact. And humans are a social animal, a political animal. And so it is by support that a social animal such as ourselves is then rejuvenated after being depleted, which the pandemic has done. Yes, the pandemic took away our vitality, took away all of our senses of life almost, and it is here that it shall be rejuvenated. It is my job to rejuvenate it all, to create the best individual you can become. That is my job, and that is what I shall do.
So this will be our last question, and you're going to start with Dean Millard. What qualities do you have that make you stand out and make you better suited as representative for student government compared to your fellow candidates?
So as I said before, my ability to connect with people is unmatched. I give the most that I can give into every interaction. But also too, not only am I able to lead, but I'm able to collaborate. I value all of the ideas and future ideas that my other candidates will have in the near future. And I want to embrace them, and I want to enhance them, and I want to add to them, and I want to just do the best I can to make the most out of everything. Now we talked about something that stood out to me was the food issue, which I know is a big component to your academic experience. And I think, like I said before, hearing from you all is very important. I'm not going to promise to add more workers because that's out of my jurisdiction. But I am going to create a suggestion box with different suggestions for you all to suggest different things. It's going to be less open-ended, but it's going to be more guided in what you want and multiple choice based. And also too, I have the experience. In middle school, I was my school president, and for all 4 years, and through the pandemic, I was in the SGA in my high school, so I have that experience given by example.
All right. It is my ability to be of good, to hear from the people, that is my best ability. And it is by hearing of the people that I can then do enact all that you wish to have enacted. You see, it is by the people's agenda that I am to be of. You see, that is my agenda. If the people want better food, that is the people's agenda, my agenda. If the people want more inclusivity, that is the people's agenda, my agenda. If the people want more sustainability, more diversity, that is the people's agenda, my agenda. And it is my ability to hear from all of you, to be of good, and to do the best thing that I can do. It is by good that this school shall be made of good.
So since we're all here at this prestigious that, you can all assume that all 8 of us are just like that. What makes me stand out, what I think makes me stand out, is that I'm truly passionate about the things that I get involved in. I was referencing Pella before. I hope you guys came to the show because it was really wonderful. We learned the music for that show in 1 week. And if that's an indicator of how dedicated I am to the things that I'm involved in, how passionate I am, I will do the very best that I can for you guys as quickly, as efficiently, and as effectively as I can. I'm dynamic. I care about what you guys have to say. I really do. And if you guys have ever, met me in person or, walking down the Stanford Hall, come down to Stanford 340s, and I would love to talk to you guys and meet you. And you guys can see why I would be a great candidate for you guys. Let's get things done with Dorian.
Hi, with Grants again. When the question was asked, I know we all have so much in common. We're extremely creative and we're all very inclusive. I mean, we've all set the same ideals and we're gonna make the same promises. But I know that my creativity is my driving factor. I stand on the platform knowing that any spark of inspiration I have, I can achieve because the sky's the limit. And with inclusivity, I wanna make all of you feel welcome. I feel welcomed at the people I pass in the street or people that hold the door open for me or even the people I follow on Instagram here in the audience. I wanna make sure that I get to express my creativity in an inclusive environment that I'm standing for, and I want all of you to experience it as well. Thank you.
All right, let's get a little interaction going here. Raise your hand if you've held an officer position before. You remember your class officers, maybe some officers in other organizations. Just show of hands. Good, now I'm you. One good quality of a leader, which all of us up here are great leaders, but none of us have said it. I just had you all raise your hand. I just led you to raise your hand. That's one good thing that sticks out about a good leader is being able to lead the people and the people they represent. Another great aspect of a good leader is advocacy. I've spent the past year and a half of my 5-year tenure making sure that the students are heard, no matter what the aspect is, whether it's COVID, whether it's graduation, whether it was prom. I made sure that administration, I made sure that the board, I made sure that the superintendent, I made sure that the community heard the issues that the students care about. And I'll do the same here at Villanova. Get more advocacy with more. Thank you.
Jake Caselli once again. What I would do is simple. I want to be here for all of you. When I say that to be here for you means to be your voice, to make my campaign your campaign, I mean it. I view this election as just the beginning. It's a commencement, a call to action. My campaign is not about sitting still, complacency. That's not what I do. I think we've all known people that when they get in a position of leadership, they don't do too much, they don't take action. And that's what I'm not afraid to do. I'm not a political science major, no offense guys. I'm not in it for the resume. I want to do it because I want to represent all of you. Make no mistake, when you go to vote Monday, 12 p.m., vote Jake. Thank you.
Let's see. Well, I think, as you guys have heard from, all of us up here throughout the night, we're all fairly charismatic, outgoing, social butterfly type of people. And I think that a lot of people out here, not just in the audience at Villanova in general, are very social people. So I think honestly, most people are social, but if you guys have talked to me before, you know that I can talk your ear off, honestly, but keep it entertaining. I can talk to a brick wall, but that is not something that sets me apart from everyone else. I believe what really sets me apart is pure ambition. Because, yeah, we're all up here and we all got our 75 signatures and we all, wrote the one-page thing and signed the bylaws and did everything to get on the ballot officially. But I think it's one thing to get on the ballot and run for a position, and it's a completely, entirely otherworldly thing to get the position and actually work day in, day out, be the first person in and last person out advocating for you guys. And I promise you, that is who I will be. Vote with Salty.
I think what sets me apart from my other candidates is that I'm very aware of what it feels like to not have your voice question, I was like, I want to do this in college. I want to make the student body have a voice and be representative. Because we hear all these issues, we all know what the issues are, but we need to have a voice to express these issues and to take it a step further. I'm not content with being on the sidelines. I'm not content with just watching this all happen and hearing the complaints. I want real action. I don't want to relax. I want to push forward. I want to start doing initiatives, and I want to hear your initiatives. So vote Jordan Horisic if you want to have more of that.
We are now going to start wrapping things up with our closing statements. The first candidate will be Tyler Moore.
So, you've heard from all 8 of us tonight. This is the first that you're actually seeing us in person, face to face. You've all seen our posters, our posts. Make sure you follow at Team War _02, selling posters outside. I invite you to, follow along for the next couple days as I, introduce myself even further, explore my platforms. I'll have a Q&A on Sunday. But I want to make sure you guys understand that getting more with more is more than just getting more. It's about all of us getting more. It's about us experiencing Villanova like we've never experienced it before. So I encourage you, get more experience with more, get more transparency, get more advocacy, get more connected, get more with more. Thank you.
Have you guys ever heard the moniker Villanova Fun? I don't agree with it, for the record. I think we're very fun here. But I think we can do better. I think we need to have more fun with this, more activities planned with residents' life. I think we need more suggestions, like I said prior. I think we need to improve the food. I think we need to do it all. And I think we're the right group of people to do it all. And I wish you the best in making your decision. Monday, 12 p.m., polls open. You'll get an email link sent to you. Go out and vote. This is my call to action to you, as opposed to my own call to action now. And I'd like to say it one last time. Make no mistake. Vote G. Thank you.
Well, you guys have heard from us quite a lot tonight. I'm sure you'll be hearing from me quite a bit, going through all the way Monday, 12 p.m., all the way to Tuesday, 12 p.m. There are a lot of you guys here that I socialize with outside of, running for an election. So I think that there's a good amount of the student population that I have a real connection with. And I think that regardless of this is your first time hearing me, first time seeing me, or if you're someone that I talk to on the daily, you know that I will always have, an open ear for you to talk, and for you guys to, as I said a million times tonight, advocate your wants and needs, because that's truly what I believe my purpose, not just here at Villanova, but in life is as a political major. Or political science major, excuse me. I want to listen to what you guys want, and I want to make your wants and needs happen. So again, buy into Brian and vote Masalty.
I just want everyone to know it doesn't end here. It's very easy to just identify all these issues and then to bring it up because we know what the issues are because we hear it. I want you to know it doesn't end here and we're going to continue to push forward. I'm going to continue to push forward. And so I highly suggest all of you to follow my Instagram, Jordan_Horisic. I've been posting every day. You see my posters. Because I don't only just have these issues identified, I have solutions. And I want to hear more from all of you. I love the conversations I've been having. And I want to continue having that here from now on and even further in my Villanova career. Thank you. Vote Jordan.
So first, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Like I said, I know how busy you all are. And like I said, we all said before, we've heard many great ideas. We've heard about the food, we've heard about the mold, we've heard about the health, we've heard about advocacy, and many great things. But overall, these are the best years of our lives, and it's already flying by. It's already been almost, it was just August. It seems like it was last week, and it's already September. So I want to do everything I can to make these years fun, to make them memorable, to allow myself and us all to bridge relationships between us all. And like Father Peter said at orientation, to become what we are not yet. We have many places that we want to go, many things that we want to achieve, and we can only do these things together, to support each other, to embrace a loving relationship and community. And by any means, vote for Dean. So I'm going to be hearing from you guys more often in these next few days. I'm going to hear what you guys have to say. That's the next part of my campaign, is hearing what you have to say and adding your suggestions to my initiatives. By any means, vote for Dean.
I am here now and now on for the people being all of you. I am here for every single one, for you, everyone. It is by the people the major questions of our time shall be answered, not by blood and iron. My friends, I am here for you, all of you. I am for the people. Furthermore, let us not be of antipathy, disharmony, falsity. Let us be of truth, unity, and love. This is the way. This is the way.
These are the best years of our lives, and we're going to make it so, no matter who you elect. What we need to do in order to do that is to make sure that we live a safe and healthy life while we're here. That means we're going to expand the blue light system and make Wildcat Way safe and secure at nighttime, because I know a lot of people are scared to go down there. We're going to increase nutrition and find more healthy food at the campus dining halls, whether it's Spit or Pit or wherever else. We're going to do everything that we can to improve the Stanford gym that I was really disappointed, to be honest, when I came, because I was looking forward to it, and it is dingy. We're going to improve that. We're going to do the best we can to make sure you guys have the best years of your life. I worked with my senator at home. I know how to get things done. And here, we're going to get things done with Dorian. Follow my Instagram, Dorian's5243, and I hope to see you all free insomnia cookies after Spilpalooza Friday night.
I just want to say what an honor it is to be the first candidate who spoke and the last one. We're truly such a brilliant bunch, and I couldn't be happier to be up here today. I know that you all exemplify the qualities of inspiration, passion, dignity, drive, determination, and I can't wait to exemplify all the ideals that you want to see represented in your government. This is college. This is it. Have fun. You're young. You don't want to worry about problems about your living situation or your environmental situation, so express your concerns. Leave the bigger issues to us. We will make you proud. We can represent you. I promise that anyone that you elect here tonight will get the job done. So remember, change starts with hope. Vote hope. Villanova.
Fall election senator debate for the class of 2025. As a reminder, we will be voting for 6 candidates. Can we please have a round of applause for the candidates? Thank you guys so much for coming.